Hi there, Mr. Nelson with Limburg Construction Project, and we're going on the framing project. Today, I again want to go over laying out for how to lay out for a window. I think some of you are having a little bit of a stumbling block as to how to actually do the layout for a window. So I want to go over that with you again as I lay out one of the windows, and then I can start assembling one of my corner units. That'll be coming up next. So I'm going to tilt the screen down so we can see, and I'll try to go through this with you. All right. Okay, so there we go. I need to put a window in this section right here, from on this wall right here. And I know I want my window there. I've gone through and I've marked this off where I want this window to go. So all I need to do is take one of my 8-inch studs. This is going to be, say, my, I'm going to use this one as my top plate. So I lay this down and I lay it to the edge here where I want it to start, and I hold it down there firm. And then I just want to make a mark on here, just sort of transferring these marks that I have that I've already laid down on my platform. I'm just transferring those onto my top plate here. So now I've transferred where I want my window. So I'm just going to write in here, window. This is on the top plate. So I want the window to go in between that line and that line. So when I take a look here at this diagram of framed walls, that means that my window, these lines right here, are for the inside of my 2 trimmer studs. So my trimmer studs don't actually go all the way up to my top plate. So these lines, I'm going to end up erasing. I'm not even going to want those in there. But I need them to be indicated on here because they are going to come all the way down here to the bottom plate, where they get transferred through. So the trimmer studs don't come up, but the king stud does. And then on the bottom, we have a cripple stud. That's going to go all the way through down to the bottom too. So we need to transfer on the bottom. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 studs down here, your cripple, your trimmer, your king. And then just up at the top, you're going to have your just common stud on the side there. Excuse me, your king stud. All right. So now I'm going to move this aside. We'll refer back to this later. I'm just going to place this now in my framing jig. I'm going to get a top plate on there. Excuse me, a top plate, and now I'm also going to slide in here a bottom plate. I then am going to get a scrap piece of material that I've been using just to sort of help me out with my layout. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to come on the side here and I'm going to mark off, this is my bottom plate, I'm going to mark off where that particular stud's going to come through for that side of the trimmer stud. Then I'm going to come on the other side and mark these 2. So this is where my trimmer stud's going to come in. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to mark this on this side. Mark it there. Again, I'm marking on the top plate and the bottom plate. This is where my trimmer stud's going to come in. Now, remember when I said that your trimmer stud doesn't go all the way up to the top, as your king stud does. So before I go any further, I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm going to erase these 2 inside lines. You don't need those on there. That just is going to get confusing. All righty. I got that. I got a trimmer stud there. I got a trimmer stud that's coming up there. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to, on my side here, I'm going to line up again where my stud's going to come. And I'm going to draw a line there. And do the same on this side. And this is where our king stud is going to come. I'm going to put a K there. 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 Now, underneath here is where a cripple stud is going to come. So I'm going to put this mark there, and I'm going to put a CR here and a CR on that side, because I know that that's where my cripple studs are going to come. Now I know on the bottom plate, I'm also going to have another cripple stud underneath my sill right there. So I'm just going to mark right there, just mark those two off like so, and put another CR right there. Maybe hard to read for you, but you can understand what I'm saying, and I'll show you on the diagram when we're done. Now over here on the side, we're going to need a common stud, just a C and a C. And then here, I'm going to put that directly over the 32. Again, I'm going to just go on either side there. Do the same with the 16. Because we need studs on those. And then finally here at the edge. And these are just common studs. Common, 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 common. Now, last thing I need are my windowsill. So I have all my studs laid out. I just need now my header and my sill. I have all my vertical pieces. I need my horizontal pieces. So a sill is just one piece, and that goes on top of the cripple studs in between the trimmer studs. Then my header is two pieces, and it needs to go in between on top of the trimmer studs in between the king studs. Now I could just take a piece here and just line this up, and I need it on top of the cripple and on top of the other cripple, but before my trimmer. So I'm just going to make a mark. Right there is where I'm going to cut that one. That's going to be my windowsill. Then my double top plate is going to be sitting on top of my trimmer studs, but not on my king stud. So now I can just lay this out right there. So now I've got all my layout. I also know that I'm going to need these trimmer studs cut at 7 feet. And then everything else is going to be 8 feet. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces at 8 feet, 2 at 7 feet. And then I have my layout here for my header, and my sill. So just labeling those as I go along. So this may help you out as far as being able to do your layout on your pieces for a wall with a window on it.